Malaysian investors, please pay attention. The three policy signals released by China recently are opening a golden window for cross-border investment between China and Malaysia. 1.4 trillion yuan of liquidity injection, relaxation of rare earth export policy, and upgrading of new real estate policies. These will not only affect A-shares, but will also benefit the Malaysian market through the Belt and Road cooperation. The following three investment opportunities are worthy of your attention. 1. China-Malaysia infrastructure cooperation is accelerating again, and local engineering companies are welcoming orders. The People's Bank of China released 1.4 trillion yuan of liquidity within 10 days, of which more than 30% will be targeted to support Belt and Road infrastructure projects, directly benefiting the East Coast Railway, and Johor Bahru Special Economic Zone jointly built by China and Malaysia, the sprint stage of the East Coast Railway construction. Gamuda, IJM Corporation and other local infrastructure leaders have obtained additional orders of 5 billion ringgit. After the railway is open to traffic, it will reduce the logistics costs of the east and west coasts of Malaysia by 40%, and it is expected to drive the growth of palm oil and rubber exports by 15%. Referring to the 20% increase in related targets after the opening of the China-Laos Railway, Gamuda, which is currently valued at only 8 times PE, has significant room for recovery. Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone is established. This Southeast Asian growth pole with an area equivalent to 4 Singapores will attract China Building Materials, Conch Cement Malaysia subsidiary, and Huawei's digital infrastructure team to settle in. Local building materials companies such as Lafarge and steel producer Lion Group have received orders that have increased by 35% year-on-year. 2. The rare earth industry chain is two-way positive, and Malaysia-China cooperation has entered a golden period. China's Ministry of Commerce has relaxed the export of rare earth compliance, and Malaysia's localization of rare earth processing policy has created dual opportunities. Upstream raw material premium space. Linus Malaysia's cooperation project with China Rare Earth has achieved mass production of neodymium iron boron magnetic materials, and is expected to contribute 1.5 billion ringgit in revenue in 2025. The current price of praseodymium neodymium oxide has rebounded by 12%, directly driving the company's gross profit margin to 28%. Downstream applications explode. China's new energy vehicles and robot industries have a surge in demand for rare earth permanent magnets. Magna Magnetics, a local Malaysian magnetic material company, has entered BYD's supply chain. In 2025, its production capacity will be expanded to 5,000 tons, and its overseas revenue share is expected to exceed 40%. 3. China's new real estate policy, a new window for real estate investment in Malaysia. Many parts of China have lifted purchase restrictions and lowered the threshold for home purchases. The released demand for home purchases is spilling over to Southeast Asia, and Malaysia has become one of the biggest beneficiaries. Johor's real estate heat has soared. Before the opening of the Johor Bahru Singapore Metro, RTS link, in 2026, Country Garden Forest City and UEM Sunrise's project consultation volume increased by 25% per week. Some developers have introduced a RMB-denominated home purchase policy to attract Chinese investors. Infrastructure supporting value-added effect. With the restart of the Singapore-Malaysia high-speed rail, Johor's real estate valuation has increased by 20% compared to 2023. Analogous to the development path of the Shenzhen-Hong Kong cross-border living area, the average annual increase in regional housing prices is expected to reach 12% to 15% in the next 3 years. Strategy for Malaysian investors. Core configuration. Infrastructure leader, Gamuda, core contractor of East Coast Rail Link, PE 8 times, dividend yield 3.5%. Rare earth core, Linus Malaysia, third largest rare earth processor in the world, PEG 0.8. Cross-border real estate, UEM Sunrise, number 1 in land reserves in Johor Bahru, 30% discount to NAV. Risk warning. Pay attention to the efficiency of China's liquidity transmission. If the volume of a shares continues to be lower than 80 billion renminbi, be wary of short-term return of foreign capital. Policy details such as environmental protection approval of East Coast Rail Link and tax coordination in Johor Bahru may affect the pace of project implementation.